The importance of sanding your base coat. As you can see, this piece is fairly done. I just got to put the decals. I'm waiting for my stuff to get here so I can put the decal in 7 air. And I might put some rivets in for a little bit more detail, like a rivet here, here, and I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet, but for the most part, this piece is done. And the way I got to this mirror shine, like almost like the bowling ball, um, I sanded my base coat and made sure that when I finished sanding that, I laid down the clear, sanded that down, and this is how I got to this effect. A lot of people are afraid of sanding the base coat because they fear it might breaking through the paint, which is not actually a bad thing. If you're breaking through the paint based off of a high spot, then you want to take care of that anyway. And I'm going to show you why. Real quick, you see these little divots here with the that I use with the metallic silver. There's a divot that I missed. If I can find it, it's hard to find. It's right. Can you see it? It's right. It's hard. It's really tough to get it. But if I can just get the light just right, you see how it's dipping in right there, right here. You see how it's changing the light. That is a divot that I missed, and there's another one that I missed right there. And again, it's very tough to see these damn things when you put the coat down, but those are the divots that I missed. And I wanted to give like this chipping effect, you see, like that there, here, and here. And had I counted, I would have been able to catch them, but I'm not going to fix it. Even though that was a design, that was purposely designed that way for that to happen, it's no real need to actually fix that. But if you look at how the light go into it, you see how it just dips in. You'll have that issue throughout your entire piece if that's not the effect that you're looking for, which is why you want to go ahead and sand down your base coat, find the high spots, find the low spots. This is one of the biggest reasons why you should use some type of glazing or some type of guide coat to make sure that you're flattening down the surface enough so when you do put on your final clear coat, you won't see all those imperfections. So how do you sand your base coat? It's very simple. You go ahead and you grab some 800 grit. Try to get some good paper. Don't get the cheap shit because they just don't work as well. Get some 800 grit. That's the only grit you need for sanding your base coat. Sand it down until it's flat. I'm actually going to show you some pictures right now, before and afters. And after you've done that, you can lay down your base, your first layer of clear. Another reason why you want to sand your base coat is for adhesion. A lot of people don't realize, but when your paint is somewhat flash dry, well, it's dry to the touch, it's a little sticky, got a little bit of tack to it, but that tack is for the clear coat. Every can pretty much says put your clear coat within 15 minutes. The reason why is because it can adhere to the base coat better. But once it's completely cured and dry, you kind of have to wrap up the surface for the clear to stick to it, to have something to grab onto. And those small scratches that the 800 grit put into your paint will give, not only will be filled in by the clear coat, but it will give the clear coat something to grab onto. And that's why you won't have the chipping issues or anything like that if you do that. Okay. And the third reason, which is kind of the most important one, is orange peel. You want to get rid of the orange peel in your base coat. So when you do lay down your clear coat, it's not all orange peely. I've seen people actually try to compensate by putting on more clear than they need. And what happens is something called the the glazed donut effect. It kind of looks hazy, and the color is not as rich and prominent as it is right here. And you see these sparkles in the paint. You see all those sparkles? Yeah, you won't be able to see that if you go too heavy with your clear coat. It will just be hazy, and you don't want that effect. Yeah, it will level out eventually and get rid of most of the orange peel, which you'll still have that issue, but not as much. But then you will lose the high quality of the paint under it. So those are the three reasons why you want to sand down your base coat and eventually sand down your clear coat. I recommend you start with around 1,000, 1,200 grit, go to 2,000 or 1,500 if you want to do a step in between, and then go to 3,000. That's how I did this piece. I actually started with 800 with the sanding of this particular clear coat because I was putting in all these details with the chrome. And these details I sprayed on top of the clear coat, and then I sanded it back. And what was left was inside the divots and the scratches that I created. I'll probably do another video based on that. But anyway, so there you have it. That's how you get this bowling ball like effect by sanding down your base coat and just taking your time, man. Don't be afraid of it. It's not a big deal. And that's it. This is me signing off. Have a good one.